What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the BBB Gaming News channel. Today we're going to be talking about VPNs for bot lobbies in Warzone 2 and how they could possibly get you banned. So let's crack on with the news. For a long time there has been a debate between the Call of Duty community as to whether or not the use of a VPN for bot lobbies in Warzone 1 and now Warzone 2, whether or not it's cheating. It would appear that certain creators have been through a flurry of what they were calling a 10 kill disconnect, right? But they were saying this was a bug in the game. However, what many of these creators aren't telling you is the fact that they are using a VPN to get bot lobbies. Now, there are so many different avenues in this Call of Duty scene now where people will say VPN is cheating, which I believe it is. There is another avenue where there are a group of people, a collective, stating that VPN is okay as long as it's not in competitive games and as long as you state that you are using a VPN. And then there are the other side who just believe the use of VPN is okay because they don't believe in skill-based matchmaking. I believe a VPN is cheating, but I also don't believe in skill-based matchmaking. But if the game has sbmm in it, then that's a part of the game. If you are using a VPN to manipulate that, then you are manipulating the game, which means you are cheating. You are forcing yourself to have an upper hand against your opponents in the game. There has been clips surfaced recently of some large streamers, one of those being joewo, coming up against what they're stating is an AI bot, stating that Activision are testing out AI bots in the game to sort of fill the lobby. Take a look at this clip now.
There's no shot. Oh. Nah.
Damn, these joewo.
I'm not even host, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, this has to be like an experimental AI.
Well, I need them to code this thing to be... What the...
Like, this is who they put on the edge of the map?
This right here is who the game caters to. Right here. This guy.
No, wait, see, he's out of shotgun ammo, so he's gonna go pick up the SMG.
Sir, the zone's here. Come.
Hey, jump up and down if you can hear us. Jump up and down.
The zone, sir.
You think he's gonna die in the zone?
Yeah. The zone, run this way. Come.
The green stuff hurts really, really bad.
That's no...
That has to be an AI. Like, you know how I feel like they put AI in the game to like cater for people? Wait, hang on. Bring me over to him. I wanna kill him and see if he has a contractor in a previous game. Hoop dollars!
Hoop dollars.
Double ZZ. All right, Chad. Someone contract that kid. I thought it was gonna be like a random name like Jeremy.
So these clips are circulating and people are stating that this is actually Activision putting in AI bots in place of real people. We're not talking about strongholds, we're not talking about those AI bots. We are talking about this being somebody who is one of your opponents in the game. So people claim that Activision are testing out AI bots without any real proof behind that. But what if I was to tell you that is just a real player who probably has never played the game before, and joewo is using a VPN to get into a bot lobby, and that is the type of opponents you would get with a VPN? That seems more plausible, doesn't it? You know, over Activision actually incorporating something into the game that could help a little bit, you know, with filling the lobbies. Because Activision haven't really done much for the past, well, I can't remember when they've done anything positive really. So this is what I'm talking about. People think that that is one thing because the large streamers state it is. But then on the other hand, you've got to look at the fact there are multiple tools out there to get yourself into a VPN bot lobby or a reverse boosted bot lobby so that you can come up against opponents like that. And it's absolutely ridiculous to even think that Activision would be putting AI bots in the game like that, surely. But there has been another story recently which we did touch on the main channel, which is to do with a Facebook gaming streamer by the name of Viktator, who received a shadow ban. Now, he didn't actually speak on this when we put the video out, so we were questioning why that shadow ban had happened. Viktator is someone I speak to, he's someone I know, so I decided to give him a call. He's given me his address and said I can go around and check his PC, and that is a video that will be coming in the near future, but for now let me tell you what Viktator told me had happened. They were getting stream sniped by multiple different rage hackers, and because of this, he decided to download a VPN to try and change his IP address or his location in the game. Unfortunately, in doing this, he's downloaded a bot lobby VPN rather than a standard VPN like ExpressVPN and a couple of others. So he's downloaded one, which I'm not going to name for obvious reasons, I don't want to promote them, but he's downloaded a bot lobby VPN, and after one game using that VPN, he managed to get a shadow ban. And he's been having ongoing problems. Even if he tries to create a different account and start again, that gets shadow banned. He's tried that 4 times, he's tried it on his Xbox, so he's leaning towards the fact that he could be IP address banned. But Itapper also covered this story on Viktator, and he did put a lot of detail into it, so we're going to show you a little clip now of some of Itapper's video so you guys get a little bit of an understanding as to what's going on, because Itapper actually mentions about VPNs potentially causing shadow bans in the game. So let's take a look now at some of Happer's video.
They're both down. One's with fools. You actually believe that I'm fucking cheating? Really?
Like what?
Oh.
2 love marks?
Yep. Straight away, Joseph, again, I think it's because you're from the US.
In the name of total disclosure, everything I saw looked legit to me. But I'm a mouse and keyboard player who, like I said, recently switched to controller. I've got less than 10 hours on controller. But within that 10 hours, I can definitely understand how I've been losing these close range gunfights. Seem to be pretty much on par for somebody that plays legit, but happens to play the game at a rather high skill level. But there are some things Viktator happened to say himself that got me interested in further investigating these shadow bans he's having. And that happened to be when Viktator and Nitro Luke were actually discussing how virtually all the bigger streamers that are getting back to nukes, magnificent, happen to be VPNing.
It's all good, just go, mate, it is what it is. We'll have to do it tomorrow.
He's fucking, look at that.
It's, you know what, like, what's so annoying is that all these streamers that get back-to-back news, they're full of fucking shit. They are full of fucking shit. We are not VPNing. Most people VPN to get in easy lobbies. We're in the highest skill-based matchmaking lobbies with sus players everywhere. We'll just have to try again tomorrow.
And after that conversation, Viktator had this to say.
The way VPNs used to be, right? VPNs used to alter skill-based matchmaking drastically. Then 90% of the community got on board with VPNs. So everyone's VPNing. So it doesn't make any difference anymore. So you VPN to a different lobby, and you just get all the fucking other sweats VPN into the same place. So it doesn't make a huge difference. It used to be really bad. Warzone 1, it broke the fucking lobbies. You could go into a VPN lobby and they'd all be staring at fucking walls and shit, mate. They would genuinely be shit. But in this, because it's been so long and everyone's dealt with the hackers and shit for so long, that everyone just VPNs now.
For Viktator to know this information, he himself has had to have used a VPN at one point or another. And not only that, he's had to have seen the positive result getting into the easier, lower average KD lobbies for him to have that opinion, which draws more credence to certain content creators being on a special list that actually does give them some advantages over other content creators that aren't sponsored by Activision. But I don't think they're actually detecting the use of a VPN because people are still using them effectively in many cases, might I add. But much like he said, many people are using them. It does kind of negate the purpose of using one in the first place when all you're going to do is be VPNing to another protected lobby where half the people aren't shooting back but the other half VPN'd there just like you did. But as everybody else that was using a VPN back on Caldera or even Verdansk, they could tell you when they would be using a VPN and happen to encounter back to back sweaty lobbies. Simply hide their screen, much in the same fashion that Viktator does many times prior to booting up his game, and it's so you do not see him change his VPN configuration, or in layman's terms, the VPN server location that he's using. And once the screen's hidden, he simply changes it, unhides his screen, and then hits the play button on his Battle.net app. As I actually shared clear evidence in my last video that multiple VPN config changes within a certain amount of time will trigger a shadow ban, specifically of the 24-hour variety, like so many people that are getting these 10-kill shadow bans. But you know, the issue that I'm having saying this is 100% beyond a reasonable shadow ban of a doubt, the Viktator's getting shadow banned as a direct result of this new security feature within Ricochet's anti-cheat, is that the vast majority of these shadow bans are cleared within 24 hours or less, and Viktator's haven't been. And with how every account that he's used has been getting disconnected and shadow banned, that unfortunately can only mean one thing at this moment. Viktator has a hardware ID flag, and unfortunately every account that he uses will most likely eventually get shadow banned. And even worse, if his main account ends up resulting in a permaban, that hardware ID flag is going to become a hardware ID ban, meaning all those accounts that he played on and any future accounts that he uses on that same hardware ID configuration are going to result in the permaban as well.
So with its Tapper actually touching on the subject that VPNs could potentially cause shadow bans, with the situation the Viktator is currently undergoing where he is having multiple shadow bans, no matter even if he tries to create a new account after using a VPN once, then does this not lead you to believe that maybe Activision are in fact detecting VPN usage, and this could well be the proof we need to allow people to understand that using a VPN for bot lobbies is in fact cheating? If you did enjoy today's news, guys, smash that thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss tomorrow's news. Triple B, over and out.